in this world is now becoming electrical. Your automotives are becoming electrical, your house is of course going electric, cooking is becoming electric. So what is happening in the world as we move ahead is the fossils are of course a problem, and we have to curtail those for the climate issues as well as the availability issues. And what we are facing as an opportunity, or looking as an opportunity, is to build every part of this ecosystem. So starting from production of the gas and then using this gas into utilities. So how about every home becoming an independent power plant? Let's say we are sitting in this hall. After 3 years, maybe one of you can take this challenge that the next ASAP summit happens, the entire electrical should be on green. You know, the entire summit should be on green. And these innovations can come from people like you. You know, get some solar panels, get some battery hybrids done, and then let's do something like that. So with everything going electrical, the entire industry size in dollar terms, you know, you can go home and then do the zero number. The entire energy industry worldwide is a $75 trillion industry. This is the biggest industry that ever can be. You know, people look at IT, pharma, this, that. Electrical, the energy industry is a $75 trillion industry. And that is where the big opportunities are coming in. India is a country, you know, I'll just throw some statistics, getting into a little boring part of things. Our per capita consumption is 2 kWh urban and 0.7 kWh rural. The world average is 6 kWh. So if India has to become a 5 trillion economy, or if we have to grow and if we have to become a world superpower, our consumption has to go up to about 4 kWh per capita, which means we will need 5 times the electrical capacities that are there today. So which translates into those many opportunities. India is looking at least 500,000 jobs that will come up in the electrical side. You know, we call them green jobs. And that's where the government is also moving. If you look at the National Green Hydrogen Mission, if you look at areas where the government is focusing on, either it is skill development, whether it is into technology development, technology upgradation, R&Ds, even companies, established companies like L&T, and you'll listen from Sir after me, they are getting into a hardcore innovation. You know, they're literally becoming like startup companies and innovating. And the pace at which innovation is happening, I don't know how many of you have read about the ChatGPT story. You know, in 3 months they had 100 million subscribers, the fastest that ever has happened. So those again, opportunities that are coming into this space. The electrical space is throwing up another opportunity in the crypto space or the blockchain space. You know, if any one of you is interested in connecting all of these together with a software, creating a blockchain kind of, I'll just throw in some idea, make a credit card which is a blockchain credit card where you can trade in KWH. The KWH value always remains constant, forever in the world. So these are different opportunities that are coming to you, and by the time you pass out, I don't know, most of you would have 2 or 3 years before you pass out in the real world, the entire hydrogen economy or the net zero economy will become a reality, and that's where your contributions are going to be so valuable. I think if India has to succeed into this, and if anybody of you have read what is happening in this particular space, it is the new engineers that are coming out, and the more you are equipped with doing this, the more you will be able to contribute, and the more you will be able to help India become a global superpower in energy. See, India has lost out on the Google race or the genome race. We heard Dr. Ila in the morning, he said that we are number 28 or something on innovation. And in terms of genome, we are about 7th or 8th. We are not even there. But in the energy space, in the innovation that is happening, this country has the potential to lead. And if we can put together all of these components, and I'm going back with what Dr. Ila represents is a vaccine. And I always say this, that when we had COVID, we could wear a mask. We could get companies like Bharat Biotech or Serum to build a vaccine for us. We took the vaccine and we are all here right now. 4 million people died because of COVID. For 2 months, the whole world closed down. 5 million die every year because of climate change. We have not closed down the world even for a second. So the opportunity for all of you, us, all put together is to come together and build something which I called as a vaccine for climate change. The earth needs the vaccine as much as we did. So you people are the ingredients. You people are the people who are going to help build this climate change vaccine. And that's where I think, we move forward, and I will leave you with this thought on the vaccine. And once Sir is done with his talk, we'd be very happy to answer your questions online or even offline. If anybody wants to connect with us offline, we're more than happy to connect and work with you. Anybody has any good idea, disruptive idea, even if you think it is out and out stupid, please reach out to us. I speak for Sir as well. We'd be more than happy to provide a sounding board and also provide maybe our lab facilities or some live projects for all of you to work on, because this country needs something beyond H2E or L&T as companies. We need to get into this process and build this entire ecosystem. This is a movement, like Gandhiji built the freedom movement. We have to build a movement towards energy independence, towards Swadeshi Urja. Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you ASAP for this opportunity. And I think in the electrical field we are literally on the as soon as possible scenario.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful presentation. If you have any queries, sir? If you have any queries, you are free to ask any questions regarding this speech.
Hello, sir. Sir, what can you say about the scope of R&D, research and development in hydrogen economy?
It has just started. There is so much of potential in research development in hydrogen economy on component level, also process level. So if you're looking at an electrolyzer, just for example, to innovate on newer materials, we're working on processes by which we can eliminate precious metals or metals into the stack chemistry or into the electrolyte, into the membranes that we make. So there is a lot of work and a lot of skill on innovation as far as the hydrogen economy is concerned. Hydrogen storage is another big area of innovation. There is a professor at IIT Mumbai who has done something on solid state storage. So if any one of you are interested in that is the area to get into. Compressors is another area. These are again the pain points that we face. If somebody can innovate a good mass flow meter that can be made here, which is again, we have lead times of 40-50 weeks and very high value components. So one short answer to your question is that it is a big ocean to jump in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
So actually in our country today most of the energy sources are conventional energy sources, like non-renewable sources, mostly.
Your voice is echoing, cannot hear you.
Sir, in India's power sector, most of the energy production is done by fossil fuels, like coal and diesel oil. Microgrid development for sustainable energy development.
You still not here?
No, sir.
Okay. It's a very interesting and important question. I think microgrids are the way to the future. If you look at the transmission losses that we do, average is about 10 to 15%, earlier it was 20 to 25%. So if you're able to do microinverters, let's say if this all is running independently, forget about, which power you're using, gray, blue, green, white, but you're still saving 10 to 15% on the transmission losses. 1 rupee saved is 2 rupees earned. So microgrids and mini grids, I think they are the future of the entire energy story, and that's where hydrogen plays an important role, because that can go directly to the doorsteps. You don't need to make megawatt scale plants. You can do a small plant, literally of 1 kilowatt, go up to 70 megawatts. Thank you.
Someone is.
Good afternoon, sir. So, how can we compare hydrogen vehicles with EVs?
The Prime Minister just flagged off a hydrogen vehicle that I built 3 days back at the India Energy Week as part of the Green Rally. Hydrogen versus EV, I think it's an unfair argument. It is always hydrogen and EV. So fuel cell also is an electric vehicle. It's always FCEV, the drive is always electric. Either you use a fuel cell or you use a battery. Now, if you are using a battery, you have to understand battery storage is anywhere between 1 hour to a few days. That's where battery works well. Hydrogen is beyond that. So if you're looking at long distance, so the bus that we made can go 600 kilometers on one fill. If you have to put so many batteries, then you sacrifice the payload. So therefore, for long distance travel or for heavy duty trucking, hydrogen is a good solution. For short distances, maybe intercity kind of thing, EV or a hybrid between EV or hydrogen, or even Bharat 6 diesel, it can be a good alternative. But combination of all these technologies is where I see the future to be moving. But for public transportation, high asset monetization, long distance is where hydrogen 100% gives you a better price per kilometer. So we are also developing in our company a 3-wheeler which will run on hydrogen, where we are doing an innovative cylinder which will take 50 bar pressure tank. And because you asked this question, I missed out one point to tell all of you in my talk, is that when we are talking electrical, there is a very thin line between electrical and gas. And that has to be bridged. All of you, while you're working with electrical, should also get functional knowledge of gas now, because this is going to be where the future is. Between gas and electricity. And that's where you will get that sweet spot in terms of your future career. Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you, sir. Moving forward, I would like to welcome Mr. Margaret Desa for delivering another insightful presentation.
Let me first come to one thing. You heard an entrepreneur who is ready to take risk. How many of us are risk takers? I'm not very sure. I'm not a risk taker when I started my career. I started my career 37 years back after passing out of engineering. And I was stuck to one single company. So that means I was absolutely a no risk taker. To stick on to a company not taking risk requires maybe at that time jobs were not that easy. You are now in an era where India is actually at the cusp of future. You have IT going on, innovation going on, you have economic development going on. So there is everything about engineering happening across India. And you are in the field of electrical engineering. I presume all of you are electrical engineers. We see only electricity when it finally delivers. Isn't it? If you want a motor, you should have mechanical knowledge to create a motor. If you require to create electricity, you should have strong civil knowledge to do civil engineering, to do foundations, everything. But as an electrical engineer, you finally see the output when this light comes on. And today it has reached the stage where have you even thought of not living with electricity? None of you have thought. We work in places where people have not seen electricity for the last 80, 90 years. We go into remote places where people have not seen electricity. So that's why we say that the future is electric. If you have not got a strength on how to ensure electricity reaches all, I think the world is not going to develop. India is not going to develop. So the future has, Siddharth was saying that, you have a huge number of jobs. As he was telling you, the consumption of electricity in India today, on the average is about 1,200 kilowatts. And world average is 3,000. Developed nations are 6,000. So just imagine the potential. And this 1,200 is not happening because it is evenly distributed. In states like Kerala, the southern side, it is hugely developed. The northern side is not developed. The cities are developed. What does it mean? That we have a future where the electricity needs are huge. And we are in a transition mode. India has today the huge charcoal or as to say coal-based road as the base road. We do not have gas to our base roads. We are averse to nuclear. So the biggest thing that we can do is go into renewables. So this is the thing where you are in touch. But I will talk about both. All of you cannot become entrepreneurs. All of you cannot get into hydrogen. All of you cannot do renewables. We require a lot of electrical engineers in the conventional field. Because if electricity has to finally reach this room, how does it reach? It gets produced at some remote location. From there it is, if you have learned the electrical engineering, which I'm sure all of you, it is stepped up, transmitted at high voltage, brought to a city, transmitted down, and then distributed at 230 volts. So for doing all this, you have to put up substation, you have to put up transmission lines, you have to put up renewable plants, for which we require a huge plethora of engineers. So the scope is phenomenal. I'll just run through a few slides. As I talk on the slides, I will talk about it. I'm not talking about L&T, the company I come from, because we are an organization which is there in every field you go. You enter this room, we have built buildings, we have done electrical engineering, anything. Means anything in the world, if you see today, we are there. So this is an organization which is hard-grown. We call ourselves Imagineering, because we are a set of people who imagine and put up things. So here is an organization which is fully Indian-grown. Everything possible is there, so I will not talk about it. Let me just get directly into this. This is a hardcore substation. How many of you have entered a substation? Seeing what you are studying is this. Finally, this is what gets delivered for electricity. This is a hardcore, maybe 400 kV substation, where as an electrical engineer, you will have to go and put up these plants. You will have to stand in the sun and get the work done. Finally, the electricity gets developed or generated only after. This has opportunity for construction. This has very strong opportunity for the design people who are hardcore designers to how do you develop this. You can join organizations which makes these equipments. So as an electrical engineer, the scope keeps increasing. As I show you these pictures, this is what I'm going to try to tell you, that you require a set of skills which is not only engineering, you require networking, you require management skills, you have to deal with people finally. Today when you sit here, have you thought of the guy sitting beside you or the girl sitting beside you mostly must be from your same college? Did you take the risk of networking with somebody? No. This is an opportunity which you should have used to meet people and find out ideas. That's how you start blossoming out. How do you look at things? How do you look at new opportunities. You have to talk to people. Use this opportunity to meet people, think about it. Finally, the transmission line. This is something which, as an electrical engineer, I do day in and day out. Electricity is generated at the most remote locations of India, in some mountain place, possibly in a coal gas plant which is not in a city, which may be 1,000 kilometers from here. Have you even thought how electricity comes to Kerala? How many power plants are there in Kerala? You have one, if I remember correctly, Kodungalam, and then hydroelectric plants at remote locations. How do you bring in electricity? You have to put up these transmission lines. Many of you have done it, but as an electrical engineer, you have an opportunity to design this. At the same time, these are things which have been static for the last 50, 60 years. Huge opportunity for you to think how to innovate on it. How do you bring down the cost? How do you look at different types of materials and change this whole thing? This is the opportunity you have, because electrical field has been one of the most static fields in the hardcore electricity. It is more on the electronics that things have developed. In thyristor drives, in trying to do DC-DC converter, high voltage DC conversion, that area is hugely developed. You have huge companies like ABB, Siemens, Schneider doing a lot of research in it, and that is the hardcore part of electrical. This looks very simple picture. This is the heart of electricity. This is how finally electricity reaches each house. India has electrified the complete nation only in the last 10 years. Just imagine it. We have got independence in 1947. We have electrified our last villages only in the last 5 years. That means all these electrical works which is happening. So today you have an opportunity that people have started realizing electricity can change the way life is. Quality of power has become important. If somebody has gone to the Middle East, the total shutdown power in a year, they count it in seconds, 6 seconds or 7 seconds is the shutdown of electricity in that nation. For us here, if there is a shutdown, will you get worried about it? No. You know it will come back. We get used to it, but we are now moving into an era where quality of power is the most critical thing. So there is again an opportunity there in quality of power. That means you are going to develop equipments which are much more efficient, which can change things much faster, which can interrupt supply, which can come into picture. So here you have a huge set of opportunity, both in terms of trying to control cost, everything coming into it. Finally, the substation, which is the latest, is gas insulated substations. If you have seen, I don't know how much is there in Kerala. I don't think much is there of GIS just coming up. But this is something which again you have an opportunity, because this is the latest thing, because it helps you to serve land, you can work in those areas, you have control systems where as an electrical engineer you can control, put up softwares for control automation. And today, these sources of electricity are becoming multiple. That is, you have coal-based stores, you have gas, you have hydrogen, you have renewables. So how do you manage these resources? It gives you an opportunity to use these energies in a systematic way. So that requires a lot of electrical knowledge. How do you, when you change energy, what happens to the whole system, harmonics, a lot of things come up. So you have a lot of scope by even being in conventional energy. This is I think what Siddharth was talking of. We have been going through generations where how things have been changing place. Earlier it was simple, biomass, fossil fuels, and today we are in the field of renewables. This is the way the world is going to change, because if you want to see your future exist, it is necessary we control the temperature of green gas, ozone, which you must have been reading. And this is only going to happen if we adapt renewables in a big way. India, for example, today we are at around 4,000 gigawatt. We want to reach purely on renewables itself 500 gigawatts. What does it mean? It means that there is huge opportunity for putting up renewable plants, looking at how these renewables will, when it comes into renewables, if you know, can be there only for the 8 hours, or maximum from morning 8 to evening 3. Then how do you manage it? How do you manage to use battery in it? How do you manage to use hydrogen in it? How do you ensure 24/7? So there is huge set of opportunity to think, get adapted, join companies which are doing it, or if you are a risk taker, get into those sort of opportunities. I think non-fossil fuel, as somebody was asking, is going to be the dominating factor as we go forward. So that is one area where you can really look for an opportunity, that is renewable part of it. hydrogen, renewables. These are areas where we have huge set of opportunities coming up as we go forward. But COVID has changed that. You must have realized that disruptions can happen anywhere. And COVID was one classic disruption which changed the way we are transiting. Joint companies which are doing it, if you are interested in getting into this, so conservation of electricity, management of electricity, non-fossil areas, somebody was asking me, if you have a specific interest in an area, start thinking now itself. Many of us look from a job opportunity point of view, end up going writing a public undertaking exam, join an interesting organization. Then that organization leads you in an area. It cannot be a choice of your subject. It may not be a passion for you. This 6 to 8 months allows you to think in those things. We are only triggering thoughts in you. What are the opportunities available? How do you trigger that? How do you look at what can I become? Because you have huge 30, 40 years. And today world changes in 10 years. Let us be very clear. From what I have seen in my last 37 years, every 5 to 6 years the world has been changing. The way things happen, even in my system. So you have that opportunity to be doing things when things are going to really take off. Learn, so pick up your passion now itself. So these are the areas like he has been indicating. I'm just throwing the areas for you. Electrification of transport vehicles, industrial process, heating, digital solutions, smart grid, battery operated system, offshore wind, fuel cells. For everything, this is where electrical engineer can fit in. So if you have some thought on this, start developing on it, get into the depth of it. This will give you more ideas where you want to be. And the most important is going to be the solar renewables. This is a huge opportunity for you. If you have a passion for it, if you have some fascination for it, it can be done anywhere. It can be done in water, it can be done on rooftops, on hills, on small areas, under agricultural fields, anywhere. So think about it, this is some huge opportunity available for it. I was just talking about this, that we require about 9 lakh workforce. Even if you take in that 10 to 20% of engineers, this is the number required. But you have huge opportunity for engineers. Because solar and wind is going to be the way world is going to change. It is going to be pushed into that direction if you have to survive. So as an engineer, when you get into organizations, there could be any field you could choose from. You get into an equipment manufacturer, you could get into a contractor who does the electrical works, you could be a design consultant. So the opportunities are huge. So we are just showing you the areas where you can get in. But the most important of all this is, what is your passion? What is the area you are interested in? Start thinking from those terms, because many of us have a herd mentality. If the whole team is going that side, we end up going that side. Get out of it. Think, what is your area of interest? Get into that, it will make a difference. People like us have stuck on, not because that we didn't have my first one was a statement. As a youngster, I was not ready to take a risk. But as we grew in an organization, we realized that each of us have a passion. Then it depends on the organization whether it gives you venue to go into that area of interest. If you don't have an area, you get frustrated. So very, very, very clear about what is it you want from your profession. What is it you would like to be? Some of us would like to be steady, some of us would like to be risk takers. It gives you opportunity. You can talk to many of us, we can throw you directions for it. These are some things which we have been doing in Kerala. For example, we have been putting up EV charging stations, we have been doing substation, transmission lines. So there is huge opportunity in Kerala itself to do many things. And this is some set of it what we have been doing. So you have a future from where you can be at the extreme end of basic infrastructure to the other extreme of being in renewables, electronics. You have a whole range of work what you can do. It's left to each one of you to decide what you would like to select from. And this is the latest on electrical engineering. The whole field is going to be controlled by digital solutions. Everything that is, as you call, at the edge, substation will start getting monitored at the edge. At the substation itself, you will start taking decisions. You will start moving into optic fibers. You will start moving into solid state control systems, which you may not have seen. Many of you will start seeing it. So you will have to master a lot of areas if you want to be a good electrical engineer. And this is going to be the future. And I think enough of hydrogen has been talked. I think This is going to be the game changer for the world, because batteries, as he said, has very, very limited storage capacity. So long storage capacity could come from hydrogen. So the whole world is working to see how to bring hydrogen generation costs down and finally generate electricity. So this is one more area, if you have some sort of passion, you can get into it. My last thing is, you have to keep learning. Engineering doesn't stop at 4 years. Start having a passion, start that attempt to start reading by yourself, get into new courses, learn. Continuous learning is necessity. If you want to remain on top of something, you have to be perpetually learning. That learning never stops. This is something which all of us have learned the hard way. Get exposed to industry. If you have not been going to exhibitions, start going to exhibitions. There are a lot of electrical exhibitions taking place all around. You'll start getting an idea what is the area you have chosen. So this is just a simple way of doing things. And you have the chance to build a country. You have a chance to build so many good things. These are all small, small things which we do. Finally, all these things run because there is electricity. Let us be very clear. That's all. Just giving you an idea what is electricity. You are free to ask. You are much ahead of time.
No, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. Any questions?
Sir, my name is Arun and I'm from NSS Palakkad. Sir, I would like to know what are the entry-level jobs for an electrical engineer in L&T.
Join us, you can work anywhere. You can work in design, you can work in digital, you can work there. First 1 year is pure training. We give you exposure of everything what we do in electrical engineering. We are into construction. We are not into manufacturing. We are pure substation, transmission line, digital. You get a chance in all these things. We expose you to everything. We try to gauge what is your aptitude and say first thing is your right exam and then pass it.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions? Okay. Hello? Any questions? Hello? Thank you, sir.
ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടെ നമുക്ക് ബുക്ക് ടോക്കൺ ഓഫ് അപ്രീസിയേഷൻ ആണ് നെക്സ്റ്റ്
Okay, and that we have come to the end of the session. I want to thank all of you for joining the session. Before that, I would like to invite Srimati Adira for delivering a token of gratitude to Mr. Siddhartha Mayu, sir.
Stage not open.
Stage not take.
Sir, please. തുറക്കും. Vishnu.
Now I invite Mr. Vishnu Mohan to deliver a token of gratitude to Mr. Madhavda, sir. So, please come. ഇനി എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? കഴിഞ്ഞല്ലോ. സെഷൻ ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് കഴിഞ്ഞു. ആര്? മാമ വരുന്നുണ്ടോ?
കൊണ്ടുപോകണം. ഇവർ രണ്ടുപേരും സ്റ്റേജിൽ കയറ്റിയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ചോദിക്കാനുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ചോദിക്കുക. നമുക്ക്
അതെയോ? ഓക്കെ.
നമുക്ക് 1:30 വരെ ടൈമുണ്ട്. അപ്പം നമ്മുടെ സെഷൻ ഇപ്പം 2 സ്പീക്കേഴ്സിനെയും സെഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ഒരു സ്പെസിഫിക് ഗ്രൂപ്പായിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ സ്പീക്കേഴ്സിനോട് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ചെയ്യാം. അതിനൊരു നല്ല ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റിയാണ്. യൂസ് ദ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി. അങ്ങനെ താല്പര്യമുള്ള ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ? ഉണ്ട്. യെസ്, കം ഫോർവേഡ്. യാ, പ്ലീസ്. You are not disturbed. There is high chance of disturbance. Is more. Big. Now, vaccine production. Huge area. Okay. So, can begin and try and get the passion. You have no. It's 50-50. All these things. People think about it. That's in the work.
We have
Something related to engineering, right?
No, it was more in terms of their business, how to commercialize
Fundraising and
fundraising.
But still, so they can talk, right?
They may not be comfortable, so that's why to discuss.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So we have some questions, some more questions we have.
You asked? Thank you.
Hello.
Take this.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Irfan. Okay,
Speak into the mic.
okay. So I'm planning for a startup plan. I'm thinking about a large-scale charging station, mainly for EVs and CNG, LPG, all types of vehicles. And we are planning for the power generation. We are planning is the solar, using solar. Okay, my language is a bit. Okay. So it's I just need to know if it is possible or not that now almost all the charging stations available right now is about 2 or 3 hours duration, the time for. So we are planning for taking it up to a half hour or 45 minutes charging. And as we see in all these petrol pumps and all, the solar panel must be laid on top of. By using solar panel, we need to develop a more efficient battery that can provide the charging within this time, around half an hour time. And in between that, we can provide some recreational activities for the consumers within our project. And So I need to know that if it is possible or not for providing such as energy generation and more efficient battery development. Or I can explain in detail.
Okay, let me be a little blunt on it. If you want to give charging to somebody, somebody is ready to come and charge a vehicle,
Yes.
he will look for what? He will look for the vehicle to get charged fast.
Yes.
He will look for price as a criteria.
Yeah.
Is there anybody here who will come and say that I am ready to pay you 30, 40 rupees for charging? Nobody is interested. Charging has to be done at a price which is affordable. And today, there are enough systems available which can charge in half an hour, but it is expensive. And if it is green energy, if you are looking for, if you want to charge a battery, there are batteries which can get charged in 45 minutes.
Yes.
Enough batteries, isn't it?
DC based high voltage.
High voltage, there are enough, what you are talking, there is enough, but it is not affordable today in India.
So is there any ways to make it more economical?
Somebody has to develop a battery which is very cheap. You have to do a lot of research into it. You have to develop electronics which can be mass produced, which can bring down the cost. So there is a lot of research going on in it.
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, if you have to do it, you have to get into that specific area, see what is the development that has happened in the world on that area. It has to be something very different. If you start trying to do something which is already somebody is doing, you will run out of money, you will run out of ideas. So you just saw a charging station in the picture.
Yeah.
In that, what do you want to do in that charging station?
Yes. I need to make
Out in the GM,
our power generation.
power generation എത്ര അറിയോ ഒരു മെഗാവാട്ടിന് എത്ര ഏരിയ വേണം അറിയോ
Not sure.
Solarly 1 megawatt if you want to generate you require 4 to 5 acres of land. That is 20,000 square meter of area. Naatlinda, Kerala, do you have space for putting up solar panels?
Yes, that is a point.
Please understand why solar is not coming up in the south. There is no desert areas or this thing. The maximum solar is getting generated in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, where there is semi-arid areas available.
Yeah.
You require land for solar. So if you want to do, see, two things are there. What you are talking is of an EV charging station, you can take conventional energy and do it. But if you want to give green energy,
Yeah, green.
India has not yet reached a stage where people want green energy. They want electricity at the rate of 2 rupees. Are you ready to pay at your house more than 2 rupees for electricity? Think. I'm just being blunt. Otherwise what will happen is you will end up trying to do something which is not very beneficial.
Yes.
Okay?
So by developing some,
If you want to develop
Innovations.
cheaper energy, battery technology has to be brought down. And battery technology is huge research going on worldwide. So I think in battery technology, you require materials background more than an electrical.
yeah, if I can develop such a battery,
Huh?
is it possible? If I can develop such a battery,
You can develop, please.
yeah, then is it possible, such an idea?
If you develop a battery which can store energy for longer time at a cheaper rate, it is
Cheaper rate,
possible.
yeah.
Yes, that is a huge idea. That is a game changer. That is what the whole world is trying to come to. To develop a battery which can store energy, which can be stable for longer period.
Yes. Then it would be,
And anybody else, whether you want to be a startup or you want to also work for somebody, in my opinion, everybody is an entrepreneur. If you're working for L&T, it's also an entrepreneurial journey because you're reinventing the job that you're getting into. So anything with a feet on ground, get into 1 mile deep, 1 mile wide in terms of your study. So whatever you're studying in your electrical engineering or in your classes, beyond that, whatever you do is what will prepare you for the world. What they're teaching you is how to measure ampere, voltage, your diagrams, this and that. But do the study, understand what the world is doing. And even if anybody is doing, I differ with Sir on a little bit, is if anybody is doing a charging station, you can still do something better. Tesla made a car, everybody were making a car.
yes.
But he made a car today, his market cap is greater than the market cap of all the auto companies put together. But for that, you have to really disrupt the whole delivery mechanism. How do you deliver that power? Okay?
Yeah.
Can you do this on the fly? Can you do this? So you know, you have to think beyond where anybody has thought.
Yes.
One more thing you have to do is, if you have an idea, get into the depth of it. You have to do a lot of research.
Yes. I'm still working on it. Yeah.
So if you have an idea, get into the depth. Nobody is going to come and help you
Yes.
get the data. You have to get it on your own because you have to be convinced that I can do something better than what is existing. That is the most important.
You know, the day you will put the 25th hour,
Exactly.
it will be done. Believe you me, I mean, in my case, I'll give you an example. I also had to study because I was not engineer by academics. I spend 19 hours a day at work, including Sundays. 2014 is when I took my last vacation. Life is not easy. Never.
I understand.
So if you are willing to go through that drill,
Yes.
sacrifice on your girlfriend, sacrifice on the movie, sacrifice on this or that, then this is the story to move on. Whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you are working somewhere. To be successful, and I can challenge you that sir has also put in 20-25 hours a day so many times, 100%.
But most important is get into depth of any subject.
Yes.
If you are superficial, nothing happens. Get into the depth of it, you will succeed. Because very few people get into the depth.
Yeah.
So once you start going in, you will start finding gaps. If your idea is great, you will start developing. And once your idea is great, there are enough people to back it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Go and read. I'll give you a few authors. If you can find online resource, there are a lot of free online resource. Read their books. There is an author called Vaclav Smil. Brilliant. His writings on energy as a subject. I mean, everybody that I know, I keep gifting books from Vaclav Smil. Brilliant. He writes on different areas. One of his books, sir, I've read, is about the history of energy, human civilization, how we have evolved. It gives you a lot of ideas on your business model, on plans, how human behavior works. And whenever you come up with an idea, go to your mother and ask. Women have the best sixth sense because they are the end sufferers or users of whatever happens in the house. They'll be able to tell you whether this is good or bad.
Yes.
More than sixth sense, it is common sense.
Yes.
Ladies have the strongest common sense. Check out with them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Suraj. My name is Suraj. I'm from Vidya Academy of Science and Technology from Thrissur. I would like to know the demerits of putting a fuel cell into a car. You said you have already developed a bus, but how feasible would it be to put a smaller, compact-size fuel cell into a car? Like MG has introduced their fuel cell car recently, but how efficient would that be with the present technology?
It's very efficient. Toyota, for instance, Nitin Gadkari ji, the Minister of Road Transport, drives this Toyota Mirai to office, and Kerala government also has purchased a red color Toyota Mirai, which is sitting at the Kochi port waiting for RTO clearance. But that's a very feasible thing, and people have put in a typical car like a Toyota Mirai. You might want to go to Google and check out what they've done in the Mirai. They've done some fantastic work. They've put a 60 kilowatt fuel cell engine, and they've put a tank which is a 6 kg tank. Okay, and they can get up to 475 kilometers on one single fill. So that's a very interesting thing, and there is a lot of work. Hyundai has also come up with a fuel cell car, these are all commercial. MG just announced a prototype right now, but Toyota has sold 20,000 of the Mirais in the United States. So California is the biggest user of the Toyota Mirai.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. So I would like to ask you about the net zero initiative of government, because the central government has said that by 2070 they need to achieve net zero goal, and the state governments also have told like by 2050 the net zero goal need to be achieved. So what's your this on that?
No, I didn't quite understand the question.
Just come close and tell now.
So the central government has
Sorry, sir.
the
No,
central
it's
government,
echoing, we are not able to hear, that's why.
central government has told that by 2070 they need to achieve the
Net zero. Yeah, net
The state
zero.
government is also told like by 2050 they need to achieve that. So is it possible from the engineering point of view, is it possible with the current technology, are we able to achieve that goal by the set timeline?
I think net zero is not only on electrical, it is a total circular economy we have to look at. It can't be just limited to electricity alone, but then we have to look at transportation. Every form of energy has been looked down, isn't it? So today, 2070, we have taken a target because if we had to become net zero, hydrogen technology has to become affordable. EV battery has to become affordable. Solar per se generation has become one of the most affordable things. Today, solar generation we are able to get at lesser than coal parity cost. So it's only, I think the real problem is in terms of energy storage. That is, how do we store energy? And that is hydrogen and battery. If that clicks, then I think the whole thing charges. It's then shifting to renewables, moving transportation into this. It is possible. It's an achievable thing, but it requires two major breakthroughs as per me.
And also I think behavioral change for people to shift, that mindset from coal going into the newer age technologies, that mindset is also required. And at your level, so when you're talking net zero, if each one make one, as a faculty, you're in the electrical field, when you're training the children to go out in the industry, if everyone can get a lesson or even climate responsibility, because that is one way to reach to that. Energy efficiency savings are going to be a major contributor to this entire dream of net zero. And of course then technologies like Das sir mentioned, they will need to come alive. But before that, we as individuals need to get into that space.
So the other thing is, even though we have a vast coastal line, we are not that much concentrated about offshore wind energy.
Offshore wind now is coming up in Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. The cost structure is still very high. That is the issue, because the cost parity for getting per unit. Whereas complete Europe has now shifted into offshore wind. India is now coming up with two models at Gujarat and at Tamil Nadu coast, where they have done a research and found out that it has the best wind. So it is coming up. It's a matter of 2 to 3 years. I think you will start seeing offshore wind coming in India.
What about solar thermal energy?
Solar thermal, I don't know. In India, it is not really taken off.
Thermal, in some areas, it is a very interesting technology, and it is coming up. In some areas, it is like, especially in Rajasthan, there are a few projects I know of, because in the summertime, the temperature goes really high. So I am part of a project where we are trying to use the solar thermal heat, use it in a solid oxide electrolyzer to produce synthetic gas from carbon dioxide steam and produce synthetic gas. So then that synthetic gas can be used on its own, or then you can develop downstream products from that.
It's coming in India also.
It is very aggressively. India is like, Das said, we are on the cusp. There is so much
everything in India. India, we have a problem that everything has to come to a cost parity in terms of generation cost. So I think government may come out with a blending pricing, where they may say that the price for per unit is this, how we get energy. Maybe if they bring that into consideration, then the whole game changer again. So we have to wait and see.
And one more question is there. So you are in so many areas of in electrical, civil. So in order to get the bright ideas, whether you are having any competitions or ideathons?
We have hackathons going on. We do that. So if there is an interest, I can inform my team, your college, they can get into it. There is a set of things. Hackathons are going on very regularly. Even Government of India has huge hackathons going on.
No, Government of India has smaller companies like we also have. We celebrate Innovation Day on 15th of October, that is Kalam Saab's birthday every year, and we get some fantastic ideas.
We'll leave the contact details, you can check it. Thank you. Okay, then tell. Come. Yeah. Wireless technology, let me just tell you, we are spending a lot of money on wireless technology. There's a company in New Zealand, if you have been a very great follower of WhatsApp, you would have seen that. There is a company in New Zealand, they asked on wireless technology for transmitting electricity. There is an organization in New Zealand which has done maybe 5 watts or 20 watts. We are now doing a small research in IIT. It's a very far away area because you require line of sight, there is nothing that has come. Today, it's a very futuristic thing, maybe in terms of the antenna size, in terms of the beam, in terms of collection. There is a research going on, but it's too nascent. It is something which we keep track every day because the whole business will go off. But that's personally, if you ask me, it's a very futuristic thing. It's not going to happen that fast. But there is enough research. You are doing any research on it? Huh? Sorry? Okay, right. There's a lot of research going on, yeah.
That first idea about it is very expensive itself is incorrect. I was with a company yesterday, sir, and we were pitching to them that why don't you buy green hydrogen? Same, they said that green hydrogen is so expensive. I told him, how much hydrogen do you buy every day? He said 100 kgs per day. And I sat with them for 1 hour and we did their entire math. They are buying hydrogen at 1400 rupees a kg. Okay? That company is Ashok Leyland. Not that they don't understand things, but that's what they're buying. So, hydrogen has different categories. There are customers who are buying small quantities of hydrogen. So your purchasing power is not good, so they're paying a higher price. So this I'm talking about the price economics. Now talking about hydrogen price itself, the green hydrogen price. So when you are making green hydrogen, the basic ingredient is electricity. Second basic ingredient is water. You're splitting water, without that nothing can happen. So it depends on the cost of electricity. I'll give you a thumb rule calculation. If the cost of electricity is 2 rupees, then the cost of green hydrogen will be about $2.5 per kg. Basic thumb rule, I mean, you can get into detailing. So the cheaper the cost of input electricity, the cheaper will be the cost of hydrogen. Electricity accounts for about 77% of the cost. So that's the area where a lot of work has to happen. That's why government is doing banking, government is providing facilities wherein you can use renewable power directly on a round-the-clock basis. Today, whenever we take RTC power, I mean round-the-clock renewable power, it is coming at about 5 rupees. So therefore the cost of green hydrogen, we generally look at $6 or $6.50. It's about 500 rupees a kg. Yes. Sorry? Yes. No, I don't think you need to approach companies. Today, the whole ecosystem of incubation within universities, and I'm sure in Kerala there is a lot of those, is so strong. They also invite companies to see what you have done. There are a lot of these exhibitions that are happening on university campuses, and I've attended 2 or 3 of those. So it'd be a good idea for you to showcase yourself there, and like they say, you get the honey, the bees would follow. You have something nice, people will come looking for you. But get talking about it, publish papers on that, attend different conferences within the university thing. Because, as a student, to attend larger conferences who charge, 5,000-10,000 rupees fees may not be very feasible. But then at a university level, there are a lot of these things that are happening. And also the Department of Science and Technology, keep a tab on the DST website. They publish a lot of call for papers, call for ideas, and you can always participate there. Thank you.
My name is Levin. I am studying in MBITS Engineering College. So, today our fuel prices are increasing very steadily, day by day.
Talk into the mic.
Today our fuel prices are increasing very steadily, rate day by day. Even at the increased price, people are still opting for petrol cars or diesel cars, not choosing EV cars. Maybe due to the availability of charging stations or any other factors. I think the major factor may be the lack of charging station available, like our petrol pumps, even which are available kilometers to kilometer. So, what do you think the factors which affect not availability of EV stations? Maybe of poor you can say no available of technology for the transmission of power, maybe our state board poor facilities, or maybe a lack of foreign investment like Tesla has introduced, and they have rapidly introduced their charging station which was very fast.
Okay, I think he is asking why.
No, I'll tell you two things. One is the EV adoption is increasing rapidly. For example, all the three-wheelers after 2025, only EV three-wheelers will be sold. And even today, I know of 3 companies, Piaggio, Kinetic Green and TVS, they're selling 2,000 EV three-wheelers per month. Massive. The Ola guys are selling 1,500 two-wheelers per month. So there is rapid offtake happening. If you go to a Tata Nexon EV, there is a 4 to 5 month wait time for that. So there are 2 things why the EV industry is not, adaptation is not so quick. One is available of the battery itself. Charging comes later. So lithium itself is a problem. Now in the current budget, the government has announced reduction in the duty of lithium. That will make the prices cheaper. If you take a normal Tata Nexon car, which is a diesel car, is 8 to 9 lakh rupees. If you buy an EV car, it is 15 lakh rupees. So that's why people, generally do not buy. If you buy that MG Hector EV, it is for 29 lakh rupees. The normal MG Hector is for 17-18 lakh rupees. So the price of the battery is coming down. There are new chemistries that are getting invented. So that is one area where, things are working. The second area definitely is the EV charging infrastructure. But with current government policies, and now we are also having, when I sell a vehicle, I normally give a normal charger, which you can plug into your home also and charge. There are a lot of disruptive areas that are coming where you can do independent micro grid level charging, which is not dependent on the grid. And the second question that you asked, that problem is going to come when, let's say in Cochin you have 100,000 EVs and they get charged at the same time, the grid will collapse. So, so that whole grid balancing will only happen with, somebody asked a question about microgrids. So that will only happen when you have microgrids and you have distributed power on the EV. That is when this whole grid balancing story will take place.
Digital part of it will come into play. How do I decide when to charge, where to charge, which energy source to bring? But each government is doing. For example, today Kerala government has started putting up EV charging stations all around the place. They are slowly putting up so that people's anxiety is, if I start driving after 50 kilometers, can I charge? So that anxiety is being removed by putting charging stations. But affordability wise, it has still not come down, because it is, if you take the total cost of acquisition, that is including the running cost, it is much cheaper. But many people don't think that way. They want immediate, that I don't want to invest on a shorter basis.
Aaj ka paisa kitna? That's where we all get stuck.
And we are
So, So in one of your slides, you mentioned under the title Emerging Tech, you mentioned digital substations. So I just Googled about it when I found it, and it says that the digitalization of both station level and process level by converting analog measurement and binary status into digital data. So in that case, the volume of data transferring will be very much large, and the various systems are related to it. So it will be very vulnerable to cyber security. So it raises a problem.
See, when we say digital solution, even cyber security becomes, there are norms being set on cyber security today. India has still not reached that stage, but there are very clear norms saying that what sort of levels of cyber security to be given. So that is not a very big worrisome thing, but there are clear norms to, from the equipment onwards there is cyber security being built. The equipment manufacturer itself takes care of what sort of cyber security to be built in, what sort of infringement can be done, all that is being taken care. So today cyber security is going to become a part of your life because everything is getting transmitted electronically. So every industry is setting up norms how to streamline that. So there's not going to be any big issue on it. Yeah, it's too nascent for it, but it will develop. That's what I think of.
So then what about its reliability and operating cost?
Sorry?
Its reliability and operating cost. Reliability.
Reliability and operating
cost.
Reliability and operating cost, it's going to be much cheaper, isn't it? Because you are bringing down a lot of moving parts out like relays and all those things. The compactness come down, a lot of space saving. It is a total thing. It is not on a, but equipment per se will be more expensive. But the cost of construction, the cost of this thing, the reliability is much more on electronics, no? I don't know. Today, how many of, if it's done well, no electronic devices fail today. Very rarely it fails. The reliability wise, like many organizations give huge guarantees for longer period of times. We don't find that as a problem. We have said digital, we have already set experimental digital substation which is working.
I hope there are no more questions. So let's wind up the session. Thank you all once again for your participation. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
താങ്ക് യു. നമുക്ക് ഫുഡ് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. നമുക്ക് ഫുഡ് കോർട്ട് 2 and 3 ഇവിടെ തന്നെയാണ്, പുറത്ത് തന്നെയാണ്. 2 and 3 നമ്മുടെ സെഷനുള്ള ഈ ഇലക്ട്രിക്കലിനുള്ള ഫുഡ് ഉള്ളത്. പിന്നെ ഒരു കാര്യം, 2 മണിക്ക് തിരിച്ച് ഇവിടെ തന്നെ റിപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യണം കേട്ടോ. നമ്മുടെ ഓൾ ഇന്ത്യസും ഉണ്ടാവും, ഇവിടെ തന്നെ റിപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യണം. 2 തൊട്ട് 3 വരെ നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ സെഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് മെയിൻ ഹാളിലോട്ട് പോകേണ്ടത്. ഓക്കെ. പിന്നെ ഒരു കാര്യമുണ്ടേ. കോളേജ് ഓഫ് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് വടകര എന്നുള്ള അഭിഷേക് ഉണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ. ഹാപ്പി ടു അനൗൺസ് ദാറ്റ് നമ്മുടെ അഭിഷേകിന്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ നമ്മൾ CMന്റെ അടുത്ത് ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു 6 കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിലൊന്ന് അഭിഷേകിനാണ് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി കിട്ടിയേക്കുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാം ഒരു ഗൂഗിൾ ഫോം കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്, അത് ഫില്ല് ചെയ്ത് ബേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ്. എല്ലാവരും കൃത്യം 2 മണിയാകുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ തിരിച്ചു വെക്കണേ. ബാഗ് ഇവിടെ വെച്ചിട്ട് പൊക്കോ. നിങ്ങൾ ഒന്ന് വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാമോ?
കഴിച്ചിട്ട് മാത്രം പോയി ബാഗ് എടുത്താൽ മതി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞേ.
ഈ ഒരു ടെസ്റ്റ് മോഡൽ സെഷനോട് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പുറത്തേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങാം.
Profitable. Processing products at the farm is very difficult. There are a lot of issues. Any other questions? Is one person.
think, sustain. Important, we need to produce milk at a scale and responsible farmer. It's very, very important. What is the next level? ഇനി ഫുഡ് കഴിക്കാൻ ഇറങ്ങാം കേട്ടോ പ്ലീസ്. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്. I don't know whether or it's a cigarette, somebody. If they can invest that much money, how much money we spend, go to a cinema hall, weekend, 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, we just like the throw. anybody?
ആ ലാപ്പിൽ അതുണ്ട്
Nothing within a tree. I'm a very, very small player, but I definitely feel you are a good food movement. Using him for things which are not under his control. You should fix up. Hopefully that answers your question. This is very, very important. Production is tough. Is all the things what okay, to make the farm organic, but it's a 3 to 5 years. States. Maybe we should just really see how we establish a country. We should move on from collection systems, that is my view. To do that, I think active was at one time. Workers, this is a big they are not milk. My but
glitches. In the
ഇത് ഓൺ ചെയ്യും. പ്രശ്നം എന്താ പറയാമോ, ഇതിങ്ങനെ വച്ച് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ഇത് കണ്ണിലോട്ട് ആർക്കടിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഓഫ് ചെയ്തിടാൻ പറയും. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഓഫ് ചെയ്തു എല്ലാ സ്ഥലത്തും ഓഫ് ചെയ്തിട്ടേക്കണത്. അതാണ് പ്രശ്നം. ലൈറ്റില്ലാണ്ടായിക്കോളും. അത് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യരുത് കേട്ടോ, അതങ്ങനെ വരും.
ഒരുപാട് ക്രൗഡായില്ലേ 10 പോരെ സിബിചേട്ടൻ സിബിചേട്ടൻ തുടങ്ങി ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ ഒന്നും നേരമില്ല
അപ്പൊ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണ്ടല്ലോ അവര്
ഹലോ, മുകളിൽ കയറാനാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. ഇതൊന്ന്
ഞാൻ
ഗുഡ് ആഫ്റ്റർനൂൺ. ഉറങ്ങുവാണോ? ബിരിയാണിയൊക്കെ കഴിച്ച് കുറച്ച് ഇതായിട്ട് സ്ലീപ്പി മോഡിലായിരിക്കും. പക്ഷേ ഒരു ഹാഫ് ആൻ അവർ കൂടി നിങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ സ്പെയർ ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. നമുക്ക് ഫൈനൽ പ്രൊഫഷണൽ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ നടക്കുന്ന പ്രോഗ്രാമിൻ്റെ ഒരു ടാഗ് ലൈൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഫോസ്റ്ററിങ് നോളജ് എക്കോണമി ഇൻ കേരള. എവിടെ പല ബോർഡ്സിലായിട്ട് കണ്ടു കാണും. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മൾ കേരള ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിന് റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻസ് 14 സെക്ടറുകളായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻസ് സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ട്. അപ്പം അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ബ്രെയിൻ സ്റ്റോമിങ് സെഷനാണ് 2:45 നമ്മൾ സെഷൻ വൈൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് നോളജ് എക്കോണമി എന്നുള്ളതിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ടൊരു ബ്രീഫ് നമ്മൾ പറയാം. പിന്നെ നമുക്കൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഫോം ചെയ്യണം. ഓരോ ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ നിന്നും 6 റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻസ് വീതം സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. ഇത് നമ്മൾ കേരള ഗവൺമെന്റിന് ഡോക്യുമെന്റേഷൻ പർപ്പസിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതായിരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ,
അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല.
സോ ഗുഡ് ആഫ്റ്റർനൂൺ എവരിബഡി. ലഞ്ചൊക്കെ കഴിച്ച് എല്ലാവരും സ്ട്രോങ് ആയിരിക്കാമോ? അപ്പം എല്ലാവരും ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ടുള്ള ആളുകൾ തന്നെ അല്ലേ? എൻ്റെ പേര് സിബി, ഞാൻ കേരള നോളജ് ഇക്കണോമിഷനിൽ പ്രോഗ്രാം മാനേജറായിട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാണ്. എന്താണ് ഈ നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവർക്കും ഈ നോളജ് എക്കണോമി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു ഐഡിയ ഇപ്പോൾ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ടാവും അല്ലേ? ഒരു കൺസെപ്റ്റ് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാമല്ലോ അല്ലേ? എന്താണ് നോളജ് എക്കണോമി? ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ജസ്റ്റ് ഡിഫൈൻ. എക്കണോമിക് ആക്ടിവിറ്റി അല്ലേ? അതായത് ഒരു എക്കണോമിയിൽ ട്രാൻസാക്ഷൻ നടക്കണമെങ്കിൽ നമുക്കറിയാം ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയലൈസേഷൻ ആ ഒരു ഏജിലാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ജീവിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ഡിജിറ്റൽ ബേസ് ആയിട്ട് ഇൻഫ്രാസ്ട്രക്ചർ നമ്മളെല്ലാവരെയും കണക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ ഏജിൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് ഓഫ് പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ, ഒരു എക്കണോമിക് ആക്ടിവിറ്റി നടക്കേണ്ട ഒരു ഫേമിന്റെ കോമ്പിറ്റൻസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഫേമിന്റെ പ്രൊഡക്ടിവിറ്റി ഡിറ്റർമിൻ ചെയ്ത 2 കാര്യങ്ങൾ, ഒന്ന് മാനുവൽ ലേബറും മറ്റത് മെഷീനറി ആയിരുന്നു എന്ന് ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ ഏജിൽ അല്ലേ? നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം കൂടുതൽ നല്ല ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ആളുകളുള്ള കമ്പനി ആയിരിക്കും പണ്ടത്തെ കാലത്ത് കോമ്പറ്റന്റ് ആയിട്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് വരാം. എന്നാൽ ഇന്ന് നോളജ് ബേസ്ഡ് എക്കണോമിയാണ്. അതായത് ഇന്റലക്ച്വൽ ക്യാപിറ്റലാണ് ഇന്നത്തെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ മൂലധനം. നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് ആലോചിച്ചോളൂ, നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും നിങ്ങളുടെ കയ്യിലുള്ള മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ എല്ലാവരും ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ലേ? ഈ മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ കുറച്ച് ആളുകൾ മതി, പക്ഷേ മില്യൺസ് ഓഫ് പീപ്പിൾ ആർ യൂസിങ് മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് ഇറ്റ്സ് വാട്ട് യൂട്ടിലിറ്റി അല്ലേ? ആ യൂട്ടിലിറ്റി ഡിറ്റർമിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതിലുണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ള സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ, ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആൻഡ്രോയിഡ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫേസ്ബുക്ക്, ഇതൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ള സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർസിന്റെ ഒരു യൂട്ടിലിറ്റിയാണ്. അപ്പൊ അത് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ച ആ ഒരു ഇന്റലക്ച്വൽ കേപ്പബിലിറ്റിയാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ആക്ച്വലി യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം ലോകത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്വാധീനിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു കണ്ടുപിടുത്തമാണ് ഇലക്ട്രിസിറ്റി. നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ എഞ്ചിനീയേഴ്സ് ആണെന്ന് ഞാൻ വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഈ ഒരു ടെക്നോളജി ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എങ്ങനെ ഇന്നോവേഷൻ സാധ്യമാക്കാൻ കഴിയും എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നോളജ് എക്കണോമി ബേസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള എക്കണോമിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്, കോൺട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളാവുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യം, ഏറ്റവും ടോപ്പ് കമ്പനീസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഇന്നത്തെ ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ മേഖലയിൽ ഏറ്റവും ടോപ്പ് കമ്പനീസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ABB അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നൈഡർ, ജനറൽ ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ, ഇത്തരം കമ്പനീസ് ഒക്കെ നിങ്ങൾ എടുത്തു നോക്കിയാൽ അറിയാം. They are continuously doing research, right? They are continuously producing patents. These are the intellectual capacity. This is because of this that these companies are maintaining their what? Competency in the market. നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം ഗൂഗിൾ എന്ന കമ്പനിയുടെ ഷെയർ 12 ബില്യൺ ആണ് 2 ദിവസം കൊണ്ട് ഇടിഞ്ഞത്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണത്? മൈക്രോസോഫ്റ്റ് ഒരു ChatGPT എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ടെക്നോളജി ഇറക്കിയപ്പോൾ അതിനനുസരിച്ചുള്ള ടെക്നോളജി ഗൂഗിളിന് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ കഴിയാത്തത് കൊണ്ട് അവരുടെ ഷെയർ ഹോൾഡേഴ്സ് അവരുടെ ഷെയർ വിഡ്രോ ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ നോളജ് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ സിസ്റ്റം കണ്ടിന്യൂസ്ലി ഫ്ലറിഷിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ഈ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ആൻഡ് കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ സിസ്റ്റം ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഫ്ലറിഷ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ഇക്കണോമിയാണ് നോളജ് ഇക്കണോമി.
അതിൻ്റെ വേൾഡ് ബാങ്ക് റിപ്പോർട്ട് പ്രകാരം there are 4 pillars for knowledge economy. അതിൽ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടത് ഇന്നോവേഷൻ, രണ്ടാമത്തേത് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ആൻഡ് കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ, മൂന്നാമത്തെ എന്താണ്? ആർക്കെങ്കിലും പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ? 4 pillars ഓഫ് നോളജ് എക്കോണമിയിൽ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട രണ്ടെണ്ണം ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. ഒന്ന് ഇന്നോവേഷൻ സിസ്റ്റം, രണ്ടാമത്തേത് എന്താണ്? പറയൂ, റെസ്പോൺസ് വരട്ടെ. രണ്ടാമത്തെ എന്താണ്? ഒന്നാമത് ഇന്നോവേഷൻ സിസ്റ്റം, രണ്ടാമത് എന്താണ്? ഓക്കെ, യു ക്യാൻ സെർച്ച്, യു ക്യാൻ യൂസ് യുവർ മൊബൈൽ, യു ഡു ദ റിസർച്ച്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ നോളജ് എക്കോണമി. ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ആൻഡ് കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ, നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നോ അത് നിങ്ങൾ എങ്ങനെ പ്രോസസ്, നിങ്ങൾ അത് എങ്ങനെ ഒരു എക്കണോമിക് ആക്ടിവിറ്റിക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നു, അതാണ് നോളജ് എക്കോണമി വിഷനിലെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ വാല്യൂ. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ രണ്ടാമത്തെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് ഒന്ന് ഇന്നോവേഷൻ, രണ്ടാമത്തെ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ, മൂന്നാമത്തെ എന്താണ്? നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെ സെർച്ച് ചെയ്ത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കൂ. എന്താണ് മൂന്നാമത്തത്? 4 pillars ഓഫ് നോളജ് എക്കോണമി, പറയൂ. ഞാൻ അസാബ് കേരളയിൽ ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ വെഹിക്കിൾ എന്നുള്ള ക്ലസ്റ്ററിന്റെ പ്രോഗ്രാം മാനേജർ ആയിരുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ ഈ ഒരു ബ്രാഞ്ചിന് അനന്ത സാധ്യതകളുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങളത് മനസ്സിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ട ഏറ്റവും അഡ്വാൻസ് ആയിട്ട് ടെക്നോളജി കണ്ടിന്യൂസ്ലി അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കണം. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, ഒരു 2000 മൂവിംഗ് പാർട്സ് ഉള്ള ഒരു ഇന്റേണൽ കമ്പസ്റ്റൻ എഞ്ചിൻ, ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ വെഹിക്കിൾ വന്നപ്പോൾ ഈ ഇന്റേണൽ കമ്പസ്റ്റൻ എഞ്ചിൻ എൻറ്റയർലി ഈസ് റീപ്ലേസ്ഡ് ബൈ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് ഇലക്ട്രോ മെക്കാനിക്കൽ സിസ്റ്റം. എന്താണ് റീപ്ലേസ് ചെയ്തത്? ഒരു 2000 മൂവിംഗ് പാർട്സ് ഉള്ള ഒരു ഇന്റേണൽ കമ്പസ്റ്റൻ എഞ്ചിനെ ഒരു ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ വെഹിക്കിൾ റീപ്ലേസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്തെല്ലാം മാറ്റങ്ങളാണ് സംഭവിക്കുന്നത്? എത്രത്തോളം ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഇന്റേണൽ കമ്പസ്റ്റൻ എഞ്ചിൻ വെച്ച് ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്ന ആളുകളുടെ ജോലി ലോസ് ആയോ അതിനേക്കാൾ എത്രയോ ആളുകൾക്ക് കൂടുതൽ ജോലി ലഭിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ഈ ഇലക്ട്രിക് വെഹിക്കിൾ വരുമ്പോൾ. അതിന്റെ സിങ്ക്രോണസ് മോട്ടോർ, അസിങ്ക്രോണസ് മോട്ടോറിന്റെ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ്. അപ്പോൾ ഓരോ തലത്തിലും നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം ഇന്നോവേഷൻ ഈസ് മേക്കിംഗ് പീപ്പിൾ മോർ സ്കിൽഡ്. അപ്പൊ ഈ സ്കിൽഡ് വർക്ക് ഫോഴ്സ് ആണ് നോളജ് ഇക്കോണമിയുടെ മൂന്നാമത്തെ ഒരു ബേസിക് പില്ലർ. ഓക്കെ, അതായത് നിങ്ങളാണ് നോളജ് ഇക്കോണമിയുടെ ഒരു ബേസിക് പില്ലർ. ഹാവ് യു റിയലൈസ് ദാറ്റ്? You have to produce patents, you have to produce technology, and you have to produce the innovation. Then only you can contribute to the knowledge economy. Then only the Kerala will be a sustainable economy. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ആ രീതിയിൽ വേണം ചിന്തിക്കാനായിട്ട്. നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ച ടെക്നോളജി ഈസ് ആക്ച്വലി ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ഓൺലി കൺസെപ്റ്റ്. ബട്ട് if you have to contribute it to the present economy, you have to innovate it so that you can apply and more customers will be able to buy your technology. Just like we are using the Facebook, just like we are using Google. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ആ രീതിയിൽ വേണം ചിന്തിക്കാനായിട്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ. ഓക്കെ, the course which you are studying is only for getting a certificate, but the technology you will be using is for what? It is for the current market. അതാണ് ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ ChatGPT ഗൂഗിളിന്റെ എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറഞ്ഞത്. കറന്റ് മാർക്കറ്റ് will be using your technology and your technology will have to be used by the current market. So അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു ചർച്ചയിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ഈ പ്രൊഫഷണൽ സ്റ്റുഡന്റ് സമ്മിറ്റ് ഈ ഒരു വേദി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഇനി വിട്ടുതരികയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ എന്താണ് നോളജ് ഇക്കണോമി, അതിന്റെ ബേസിക് പില്ലേഴ്സ് എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് എന്നുള്ളതൊക്കെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് ബേസിക് പില്ലേഴ്സ് ഓഫ് നോളജ് ഇക്കണോമി എന്ന് പറയൂ, സോ ദാറ്റ് ഐ ക്യാൻ കൺക്ലൂഡ്. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്? ഒന്നാമത് എന്താ? ഇന്നോവേഷൻ. രണ്ടാമത്? മൂന്നാമത് എന്താണ്? നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെ എന്താണ്? സ്കിൽഡ് വർക്ക് ഫോഴ്സ്. നാലാമത്തെ എന്താ? നാലാമത്തെ എന്താണ്? നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെ പറയൂ. യു യൂസ് യുവർ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ സിസ്റ്റം ആൻഡ് ടെൽ മീ. നാലാമത്തെ എന്താ? പറയൂ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇന്ന് നോക്കാം, പറഞ്ഞോളൂ. സ്റ്റാൻഡ് പെൻസേ, നിങ്ങൾ ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് ചോറൊക്കെ തിന്നിട്ട് ഇരിക്കുകയാണെന്ന് അറിയാം, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. എന്താണ് എന്റർപ്രൈസ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ? അതായത് നിങ്ങളുടെ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി സിസ്റ്റം, ഗവൺമെന്റ്, ഇതൊക്കെ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻസ് ആണ്. ഈ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ നിങ്ങളെ ഫെസിലിറ്റേറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ നിങ്ങൾ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഈ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻസും നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇന്നോവേഷൻസും ഒക്കെ മാർക്കറ്റിലേക്ക് എത്തുള്ളൂ. അതിനാണ് അസാബ് കേരള അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കേരള നോളജ് ഇക്കോണമി മിഷൻ പോലുള്ള സംരംഭങ്ങൾ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഓഫ് കേരള തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഓക്കെ, ഈ ഒരു ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ സപ്പോർട്ട്, നിങ്ങൾക്കുള്ള ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ സപ്പോർട്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങളുടെ കോളേജ് മാത്രമല്ല, നിങ്ങളുടെ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി, ഗവൺമെന്റ്, ഇവരെല്ലാവരും നിങ്ങളുടെ കണ്ടുപിടുത്തങ്ങളുടെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ആശയങ്ങളെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ നിങ്ങളുടെ ആശയം മാർക്കറ്റിൽ എത്തുള്ളൂ. അല്ലേ? ബസ് പോയിട്ട് കഴിയാനിച്ചിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ലല്ലോ. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാനും ഇപ്പൊ കേരള ഗവൺമെന്റ് K-ഫോൺ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലേ? K-ഫോൺ എന്താണ് K-ഫോൺ എന്ന് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാലോ. അതായത് ഒരാൾക്ക് പൈസ ഇല്ലാതിരുന്നാൽ അയാൾക്ക് ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഇന്റർനെറ്റ് ഇല്ലാതെ പഠനം മുടങ്ങിയ കുറെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലുണ്ട്, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചുറ്റുമുള്ള ആളുകൾ അങ്ങനത്തെ. അപ്പൊ അവിടെ പോലും ഇന്റർനെറ്റ് ബാൻഡ് വിഡ്ത്ത് കൂടുതൽ നമ്മൾ എത്തിക്കുന്നത് ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ആൻഡ് കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം. നോളജ് ഇക്കോണമിയുടെ ഏറ്റവും ബേസിക് പില്ലറായ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇന്നോവേഷൻസ്, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഐഡിയ നിങ്ങൾ എക്കണോമിക് ആക്ടിവിറ്റിക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഉപയോഗിക്കണം എന്നുള്ള ഈ ഒരു കാര്യം ഉറപ്പുവരുത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ നാം ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ ആശയങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾ വളർത്തിയെടുക്കുക അല്ലെ. ഫോസ്റ്ററിംഗ് എന്നുള്ള വാക്കിന്റെ അർത്ഥം എന്താണ്? ഫോസ്റ്ററിംഗ് എന്നുള്ള വാക്കിന്റെ അർത്ഥം എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാമോ? വളർത്തിയെടുക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ ആ വളർത്തിയെടുക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു വേദിയാണിത്. പരസ്പരം ഡിസ്കഷനിലൂടെ മ്യൂച്വൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ ആശയങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾ വളർത്തിയെടുക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു വേദിയാണിത്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഗ്രാം മാനേജർ പ്രേംകുമാർ ബാക്കി കാര്യങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളോട് പറയും.
താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച് സുബി. നെക്സ്റ്റ് നമ്മുടെ ഇപ്പം ഇദ്ദേഹം നിങ്ങൾ നോളജ് എക്കണോമി എന്താണെന്ന് സിബി ഡിഫൈൻ ചെയ്തു. സോ ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ദിസ്, പിന്നെ ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ദി സ്പീക്കേഴ്സ്, നമ്മുടെ സ്പീക്കേഴ്സിനെ നമ്മൾ ലിസൺ ചെയ്തു. ഇപ്പം ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ സിദ്ധാർത്ഥ് സാർ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ പുള്ളിയുടെ ഒരു ചെറിയ ടെക്നോളജി കൊണ്ട് വലിയൊരു ചേഞ്ച് ആയിരിക്കും കൊണ്ടുവരിക പുള്ളി. ബേസിക്കലി ഹീ ഈസ് ട്രൈങ് ഫോർ ദാറ്റ്. നമുക്ക് പലർക്കും പല ഐഡിയാസ് കാണും. അപ്പം ഇപ്പം നമ്മളിവിടെ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് നമ്മളൊരു 20 പേരടങ്ങുന്ന ഒരു ടീം ഉണ്ടാക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, അതിനകത്തൊരു ഫാക്കൽറ്റി കോർഡിനേറ്ററും കാണും. ഫാക്കൽറ്റി കോർഡിനേറ്റർ ഇല്ലെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്കൊരു വോളണ്ടിയറെ നമ്മൾ ഇടുന്നുണ്ടാവും. നിങ്ങൾക്കൊരു 2 പേപ്പർ തരും. നിങ്ങൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുക. ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ടൈം വളരെ ഷോർട്ടാണ്, 2:45 വൈൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം. നമുക്കൊരു 6 സജഷൻസ്, 6 പോയിന്റ്സ് എന്താണ്, എന്തെങ്കിലും ഇപ്പം ബേസിക്കലി നിങ്ങളുടെ ഓൺ സ്ട്രീമിൽ തന്നെ എന്തൊക്കെ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ പറ്റും, the suggestion to the government, you are submitting to the government. Okay, so നമുക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് തന്നെ ഒരു 20 പേരടങ്ങുന്ന ടീം, എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു 2 റോ വെച്ചിട്ട് ടീം ആയാലും മതി, ഒരു ഷെയർ അങ്ങോട്ട് ബാക്കിലോട്ട് ഇട്ടാലും മതി. ഒന്ന് റീഅറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യാമോ പെട്ടെന്ന് തന്നെ? പേപ്പർ കൊടുക്കണം. ഡിസ്കഷൻ ഒന്ന് അത് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തോ. പേപ്പർ ഉണ്ടോ? പേപ്പർ കുഴപ്പമില്ല, നമുക്ക് എടുക്കാം. അവരെയും കൂടെ ഒന്ന് ഫോം ചെയ്യിപ്പിക്കണേ. ഇതൊന്ന് കുറച്ചും കൂടെ ഒരു റൗണ്ടായിട്ട് ഫോം ചെയ്തേ കൊള്ളായിരുന്നു. യു ക്യാൻ യൂസ് ദ അതർ സ്പേസ്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ബാക്കി സ്പേസ് ഒക്കെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. ഇവിടെ സെറ്റാണോ? ടീം സെറ്റാണോ? ഇങ്ങനെ കൺജസ്റ്റഡ് ആയിട്ട് ഇരിക്കണ്ട. യു ക്യാൻ സ്പ്രെഡ് ഔട്ട്. കുറച്ച് സ്ഥലമുണ്ട്, അവിടെ ഇവിടെയൊക്കെ സ്ഥലമുണ്ട്, കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആയിട്ട് ഇരിക്കാം. ആരാണ്? എല്ലാ ടീമിലും ഒരു ലീഡർ വേണേ. ആൻഡ് എല്ലാ ടീമിൽ നിന്നും ഒരു ലീഡറിന്റെ പേര് ഫസ്റ്റ് എഴുതുക ആ പേപ്പറിൽ. സോ നമ്മുടെ ആഫ്റ്റർനൂൺ നമുക്കൊന്ന് കട്ട് ഷോട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമുണ്ട്. കാരണം 3 o'clock ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ടാഗ് ലൈൻ കണ്ടായിരുന്നു പോസ്റ്റർ. മെയിനായിട്ട് ഒരു സൈറൻ ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്. അപ്പൊ ഇതിന് ഈ മെഷീൻസ് ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്ത ആള് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതിന് സപ്ലൈ ചെയ്തെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത് അപ്പൊ അവിടെ ക്യാപിറ്റലൈസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആ ഡെവലപ്ഡ് രാജ്യം നമ്മൾ കേരള എന്ന സംസ്ഥാനം ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു എങ്ങനെ ഫേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകും. നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഡിസ്കഷൻ എന്താന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ജസ്റ്റ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഇന്റലക്ച്വൽ സംഭവം വെച്ചിട്ട് ഒരു 5 more minutes. നമുക്ക് വൈൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം. ഈ വെന്യൂ കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമുക്കിനി മെയിൻ വെന്യൂവിലോട്ട് പോകേണ്ടതാണ്. 3 മണിക്ക് മെയിൻ വെന്യൂവിൽ നമ്മൾ നിൽക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. Department. Diary or so don't we say Kerala be sustainable in milk production? Not a to make such
ഓക്കെ. നീ എല്ലാവരും കളക്ട് ചെയ്യും എന്നിട്ട് ഫൈനലിലേക്ക് തന്നാൽ മതി. ഒരാൾ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ നിന്നിട്ട് ബാക്കിയുള്ളവരൊക്കെ രണ്ടാളായിട്ട് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ നിന്നിട്ട് ബാക്കിയുള്ളവർ കൂടെ പോകണം. ഹലോ, ടൈം ഓവർ കഴിഞ്ഞു കേട്ടോ. മതി. എത്രയാണോ എഴുതിയത് അത് ഏൽപ്പിക്കാം. കളക്ട് ചെയ്തു. ഓക്കെ. ഇവിടെ കൊടുത്തില്ലേ? കഴിഞ്ഞില്ലേ?
ഒരു ഏരിയ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, അവിടെ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ പോയിരിക്കണം കേട്ടോ. നിങ്ങൾ വോളണ്ടിയേഴ്സ് കൊണ്ടുപോകും, അങ്ങോട്ട് വേണം പോവാൻ.
കഴിഞ്ഞു. എല്ലാവരും ഒരുമിച്ച് എല്ലാവരും കഴിഞ്ഞു. ഒന്ന് പറയൂ അത് വോളണ്ടിയേഴ്സ്.
ഇല്ല, നീ പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. 5:30 ശേഷമേ ഉള്ളൂ.
അതെ.
ഓക്കെ.
ഹലോ, അത് ഇന്ന് ഈ വെന്യൂല് ഒഫീഷ്യലി കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇനി നിങ്ങൾ പോകാനുള്ളത് മെയിൻ ഹാളിലേക്കാണ്. അപ്പോൾ വോളണ്ടിയേഴ്സ് നിങ്ങളെ ഗൈഡ് ചെയ്യും. ബൈ 3 o'clock എല്ലാവരും എവിടെയാണോ ഇരുന്നിരുന്നത്, ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റിന്റെ അവിടെ ബോർഡുണ്ട്, അവിടെ തന്നെ പോയിട്ടിരിക്കുക. 5:30 ശേഷം എൻ്റെ പ്രോഗ്രാം കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ലീവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഓക്കെ. അതിനിടയ്ക്ക് ടീ ബ്രേക്ക് ഉള്ളത് അവിടെ അനൗൺസ് ചെയ്യും. ഇപ്പൊ എല്ലാവരും മെയിൻ ഹാളിലേക്ക് പോകേണ്ടതാണ്.